Good evening, Drew.
Got an email here.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yep, breaking news. This is from Chipotle.
Okay.
Chipotle burrito maze. I'm sorry, Chipotle burrito maze
Oh, it's because it's October.
on Roblox.
Oh, that's very on brand for us.
Celebrate burrito with us on Roblox. We're dropping 1 million in free burritos from 1028 through 1031. No purchase necessary while supplies last, yada, yada, yada. The Roblox experience. Dress up your Roblox avatar in a Chipotle-inspired Halloween costume. Visit the cashier in our virtual restaurant to get a free burrito. And then in parentheses, it's first 30,000 people starting at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific each day from 1028 to 1031. Navigate the Chipotle burrito maze and reach its center to get free and exclusive daily items for your avatar. I love me some Chipotle, bud, but I'm not installing Roblox for this. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not sure that they're gonna reach their target audience.
Well, that's just it, right? Because how many 7-year-olds have an email account and are also signed up for Chipotle?
Yeah. It's like some executive heard about the metaverse and was like, we need to do a metaverse thing, and someone went, Roblox?
Chipotle could have done a million different things for Halloween this year. Literally anything. And they did this. And this makes me scared, Paul, because I feel like it's a real short walk from here to NFTs.
Yeah.
They sort of skipped Flash games. They sort of skipped they skipped Minecraft. They went straight to Roblox. And that's a house of cards that's apparently worth billions. And I feel like there's going to be get this NFT of a burrito and print it out and come to the store. Or I don't know how that works. I'm not a crypto person.
Yeah.
Man,
You own the concept of a burrito.
I own the one day I'll have a virtual burrito. Man, Chipotle, dude, they're fucking up. Man, I have lost $38 this past 10 days. Yeah, I'm just counting back in my head. 10 days on Chipotle. So here's what happened, right? And I'm over it. And I'm not trying to be mean. I know people that work at Chipotle, and I'm not saying that that's probably why they have problems. I want to be clear. I just
wink.
So I got a Halloween gift basket from my in-laws, and as they do, they got me a Chipotle gift card for $25. Yeah, really nice. Very nice gesture. Because I don't really necessarily eat candy, although I did eat some candy today because it was trick-or-treat night here. They gave me a Chipotle gift card. And it's great because, Chipotle fits perfectly into, my diet, my macros. I can get a steak bowl or a chicken bowl, throw some rice on there, throw some green salsa, and eat it up hot yum. And it's really good. And they got me this gift card, and the Chipotle app is just such a fucking dumpster fire. I've ordered food for. Okay, so there's just a quick little list of grievances I have with the Chipotle app. You fast forward through this if you don't give a shit, but I have ordered food, and you're able to set your favorite restaurant, and I set the one closest to me, and I have ordered food, and it is magically shown up at the Sawmill location instead of the Dublin location.
Neat.
Yeah. And I have had times where DoorDash just doesn't deliver your burrito. And that's not Chipotle's fault, but whatever. I'm going to go ahead and just put it on them anyway. And then this most recent bout is Chipotle only allows you to have one gift card attached to your payment methods at one time. And when I look at apps where you can add a gift card, the company that gets it completely right is Starbucks. Because at Starbucks, your wife is a teacher. I'm sure that she has been given at some point in her tenure hundreds of Starbucks gift cards.
Yes, quite a few.
Right,
yes,
quite a few. Mm-hmm. And trying to manage that economy of of hundreds of gift cards. How much does this one have, and how much does this one have? Starbucks gets it right because on their app, you can basically like scan the gift card and you can either add it as an additional card on your account or you can like merge it to a card you already have. So like when she comes home with her fresh harvest of Starbucks gift cards, I can scan them all in and have one digital gift card on my phone that consumes all gift cards. And like that's beautiful. Like I just wish
That's
more
smart.
Yeah, it's really, really, really smart. And Chipotle, on the other hand, you're allowed to have one gift card tied to your account with your payment methods. So when I go to pay, it's like Apple Pay or gift card on file. And when that gift card runs out, which it does because I really love Chipotle, or I get to a balance where I can't use that, I really have to like split it and then use the rest. And then you just have this empty gift card that you have to like go into the app and remove, and then you have to add the new card back. So my recent
just imagine. I want you to be more angry now. That ticket is probably sitting in some poor developer's backlog. But instead of working on that, he had to make the burrito.
Yeah, they had to make Roblox. Yeah, you're right. It is making me more angry. I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but they got time to work on this shit. They got time to fix their fucking app. So I got this gift card, and I was all set to have a hot yum Chipotle lunch earlier this week, and I removed the old stanky gift card that had $0 on it, and I attempted to add this gift card. And I added the number and I typed it in correctly, hit enter, something went wrong. All right, let me try again. And then the second time it took it, but then when it took me back outside of the app, it said my gift card had $0 and it was the old gift card.
Oh.
So then I removed it and added it again, and the same thing happened. And then I removed it and tried to add it again, and then it was like an error occurred. And then I tried to do it again, then it was an error occurred. And I was like, screw this stupid app. I'm going to do it on the web as God intended. And then I went to the web, and it's like, you tried to add too many gift cards today. Wait 24 hours. Ha ha ha.
Oh, neat.
And then I tried to order food online, and it got lost. It got lost somewhere. I don't know. Yep. So Chipotle, fix your shit, please. I'm really over it. And stop pandering, right? Don't put shit in Roblox. Like, I'm not gonna go in there and get a free burrito. Just out of principle. Like, I mean, I listen. I've done terrible things for free burritos in my day, but I'm not installing Roblox. You're not gonna get me on this one. So anyway, I'm gonna get off my rant right now. But that's just really stupid, and I'm just upset at Chipotle because it's really delicious, and I want to like it. And
you just, yeah.
All right, we're gonna talk about Apple stuff for a little bit. You've got follow up.
I got my AirPods 3rd generation. They're good.
Okay.
I like them.
How do they feel in your old ear holes?
Okay, so I have access to the full history of AirPods. I have the original AirPods, I have AirPods 2nd generation, I have 3rd generation, I have AirPods Pro. I've got them all.
Got them all.
So first of all, let's just do the obvious thing. These AirPods sound amazing, absolutely great. Okay. They may be a little too bassy for me, but they still sound really good. Like for little bitty speakers that are in your ears, they sound really good. They are definitely so they are pretty much the size of the AirPods Pros minus the silicone tip, which is exactly what I wanted. The rubber tip in my ears just bothers me. I can tolerate it, but I'd rather not. I mean, these are perfect for me.
Okay.
To me, it always felt like the original AirPods just kind of laid in my ears. Like they weren't loose, but they just kind of like laid there. These are definitely thicker. So like for me, they feel more sturdy. Like, you know, they're pushing against my ears a little bit. It doesn't bother me, but I could see it being an issue for some people. Like someone's going to put this into their ear and go, oh no, that's not for me. They they're a different shape. I like it. Like I said, to me, they feel more sturdy.
Okay.
And you know what? And they've got magnets in the case, so they align perfectly with all my MagSafe chargers, and that's just wonderful.
Huh?
Yeah, they MagSafe now, but they're good. They're good. Here, click.
So they are bigger
Yes.
than the regular AirPods.
Yeah, they're thicker. I would say thicker.
Thick.
Yeah. And
It scares me a little bit. Scares me a little bit because I would like to get a pair. I was very close to going to Target earlier this week and getting a pair, but I did not.
I would just be prepared to take them back if you don't like them. Just go. Nope, no, those aren't for me, and give up.
But then it has like all my ear junk on it. I'm gonna feel really weird about it.
That's Apple's problem, not yours. They're not gonna just not just gonna blow them off and send them back out there. They're gonna.
I mean, I would, but
they're.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, you could still buy them from Apple and get them on Monday. So I mean, boom.
Yeah, I gotta make some Apple purchases. I'll talk about my woes here in a moment. But say your next update here. Okay, so AirPods 3rd gen, Paul likes. They fixed Safari on the Mac.
Yeah,
Tell me.
They unfucked it.
Okay, they unfucked it.
If you install macOS Monterey, and I think they just came out with the patch for Big Sur. Big Sur.
Dominate me, Big Sur.
They unfucked Safari. The tabs are back. Real honest to goodness tabs.
Thank goodness. Yeah, I've been having to work some incredibly long hours. Like tomorrow I don't have a lot going on, so I think when we're done recording tonight, I'm gonna kick off the Monterey upgrade on my MacBook Pro and sort of hope for the best. I do have meetings tomorrow, but I'm not presenting, so I could take them from my phone if shit goes really crazy.
Yeah, I've had no problems with it at all. Monterey works great. And they fixed Safari. They went all the way back. I guess all the new features are still there, like tab groups, which I don't use because I'm not a monster. But yeah, tabs. I'm clicking on tabs right now, Drew. Tabs. I know which one is active.
Man, you know what? That's good. That means if I could stare hard enough to click the install button from all the side of the room, I'd do it right now. That sounds like it's worth it alone.
Yeah. I know this tab is active because it looks like it's on top of the other tabs. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. What a novel fucking concept, right?
Yeah. They fixed it. Thank you, Apple. First, putting ports back on the MacBook Pro, then unfucking Safari. What are they going to do next?
My God.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a wish list of Apple things right now.
Does Drew need a treat?
Yeah, I need a treat. So, for reasons I'll talk about a little bit later, and I tweeted this whole long thread about this earlier this week, but I do want to talk about it here because it's I'm so glad that I'm sort of over that hump. But yeah, I need a treat. And my MacBook Pro, I never did get the 16 like you did when it came out. I don't have a fancy Air anymore. And I really want to get one of the new MacBook Pros. So I've sort of been kicking around the idea of getting one. And I really want one. And I also want an iPad mini. The new minis look so good. And Micro Center even has them in stock. So I could get one tomorrow if I really wanted to. The AirPods Pro, I think you sold me on it. And mine are so pathetic right now. Literally today, I had a personal training appointment in the morning, and I got on my phone at 8:30 a.m. and I was on calls until 4:30 p.m. today. And do you want to even hazard a guess how long my AirPods made it today? They were fully charged at the beginning of the day, by the way. How long do you think they made it today?
3 hours?
About 3 hours.
Okay.
I got 3 solid hours of talking time on those boys today. And, I sort of miss having more. And now in my luxurious home, range is becoming an issue for me. And I don't necessarily know if the newer generations have better range, or if I get a new MacBook, if I'll get a better Bluetooth adapter, because I'm sort of in the front right corner of my house and my kitchen is on the complete opposite side. So when I'm stuck on the phone and not talking, I like to go upstairs and cook lunch, and it's really pushing it. Like, I can't get to my pantry. If I go to my pantry, it disconnects my AirPods, and I have to like draw a summoning circle in my office and like spin around 6 times to get it to reconnect the first time. Because, and honestly, that's actually a question I have for you, right? Is how's the pairing on the 3rd gen now?
I mean, to me, it worked like just like the other ones. Do you mean like the auto connect?
Yeah, because the problem I have is my AirPods get passed around between my MacBook Pro, my personal phone, and my work phone.
Yep.
And I think sometimes they just get confused because all 3 of those things are often really close together, and it's not sure who it's supposed to be connecting to.
Yeah. So that feature works for me about, I'm going to say like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
But that 10% is just
it's rough.
It's rough.
Because you don't know the hell of 11:59 getting ready for a noon meeting and your AirPods just don't connect, right? They just don't. They just won't. Like, you click, it's like, hey, your AirPods are detected, and then you click connect and you get the little spinny wheel, and it's like, I don't know. Are you going to get AirPods today? I don't know.
You know what bugs me the most? This is I have learned to not let this happen, but so I often wear my AirPods Max. I also have those because, well, of course I do.
Of course you do.
I often use those for meetings. Much like you, like I like to be able to get up and move around if I need to, or push away from the desk. And I've gotten used to the weight, and they sound good, and the mic's good, so I wear those for meetings. But what I do is I'm sitting there and I'm talking to somebody on Teams, and I'm really not paying attention, so I grab my phone and I start doing something, and I click on something, and it wants to like play a video or play sound, and it's just like, I got you, Paul. Screw your meeting. I'm just gonna connect your AirPods Max to your phone, and then change all your audio settings on Teams, and you're just gonna have to pretend like nothing's happening and just go, oh, that was a mistake, and switch everything back. Yeah. It's like I'm actively playing. I don't know. Sorry. Vent.
Yeah, well, I imagine it's even weirder for you, right? Because having multiple pairs of AirPods, like, I'm sure there's some magic behind the scenes to keep everything straight. But like, one thing I notice is like my AirPods will be connected to my computer, and when I fidget, and boy do I fidget during some calls, I will play with my AirPods case, and like, if I open that lid just a little too many times, it's like, oh, you must want to connect this somewhere else now, and it'll just drop. Yeah. And it's just like, it's so ugh.
Yeah, I've thought about turning that feature off, but
yeah,
when it does work, it's just so magical. It's like,
it's great.
Yes,
it's great. But man, the time that it's not, though, it spoils you.
Yep,
it spoils you. But anyway, yeah. So I definitely want to get a new pair of AirPods because it's just full of battery sadness right now, and I want to get more modern, man. My Apple products are just looking a little long in the tooth. So, to be continued. The reviews are in on sort of the new MacBook Pros, and they're so good. Like, everybody loves them.
They're good.
They're good. Yeah. Even the notch. Even people are like not even pissed about the notch.
Now, the thing about them is that they are a little hard to get these days.
Yeah. My buddy who's about to embark on attempting to switch to Apple products. He ordered an Intel one right before they announced these, which is what he wanted. Like, I want to be clear. He wanted an Intel one, and he's very concerned about what it's going to take to switch. And his took, like, I think his is now arriving Monday, and it's taken a good 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. The dates now on.
Yeah, I'm gonna look.
On the
it's gonna make me sad.
The 14 is November 19th to 29th. The 16th is November 29th to December 6th, and that's without any kind of customization.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? I can't decide if I really want to customize it. So the 14 inch, which I think I kind of want the 14 inch.
Okay.
The more and more I think about it, I just wish I knew what the specs on the monitors were between the 16 and the 14. Like, how many pixels am I giving up?
Oh, I can hold on. I'm sure we can be able to find that.
I tried looking the other day, or is it scaled? I don't think it's scaled. I think you're actually giving up pixels.
It's at a 2x resolution. Hold on. There's gotta be.
Gotta be.
There's gotta be in here. Hold on.
All right, I'll tell you what. You go to the 16 inch. I'll go to the 14 inch, and let's look at the tech specs, right? Because I think the tech specs are somewhere on there.
Where are they? Are they? Overview. Overview.
MacBook Pro.
Okay. Tech specs. There we go. Tech specs. Okay.
Yeah. So Liquid Retina. Where did you get tech specs?
Yeah, you can't be on the buy page. You have to be on the info page.
So learn more. Okay. Learn more.
Okay, here. So the 14 inch is a okay. Where was it? The 14 inch is 3024 by 1964.
Okay.
Which is a little weird, but you have to consider it's a 16 by 10 screen with a little bit added on the top for the menu bar.
Mm-hmm.
And the 16 is, let's find the same spot, 3456 by 2234.
That's 400 whole pixels, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm back on my 16 bullshit. All right, so if I go to the 16, let's just. I mean, I know I can't get these in stores, right? So
you might be able to if you hunt early, wake up early and see if you can find something. But yeah, and reserve it.
16 gigs of RAM. I feel like that's enough because I'm really not doing virtual machines on this thing. 10 core CPU, 16 core GPU, 16 gigs, 512. That's $24.99 without anything, right? Without any additional customization. That's not my zip code. It says I could pick up curbside tomorrow at Easton.
Ooh, it does say that.
Yeah.
You could pick up tomorrow curbside at Easton.
Save my location for future visits. Express delivery November 20. No, wait, what? Yeah, order today, delivers, or I could pick it up tomorrow. That's weird. When it had like my auto somewhere in Ohio zip code, it said you could get it way faster than that, but apparently not. So I guess I could get it at Easton Town Center, pick up in store or curbside. So these must be in stock at the store.
Must be.
Ugh. I want it. I want it, Paul. I want a treat. I deserve a treat.
I mean, computers, you use it every day.
I use it every day. I need this for my work.
There you go.
Yeah, so part of the reason I need a treat, right? I tweeted about this, so I'll try to keep this kind of short. So as of yesterday, I have officially closed the time loop on my home purchase. And I know that's a weird thing to say because I've been living in this house since July. But just a quick recap, right? So we bought this house without selling our other house, and that put not a ton of financial stress on me, but it put a lot of anxiety and stress on me. And then we moved, and I had two houses when I only needed one, and then we sold our other house, and we had to wait for everything to close, and then we got the money. And like kind of the last thing I was waiting on was once we had sort of secured the funds for the old house, which happened last month, I needed to start the process of recasting my home loan. Now, for those of you that didn't know this, and I didn't know this, right? And if you know this, like, you're smarter than me, and I hope that you feel good about yourself. But I didn't know that this was an option, but you can recast your home loan, which is not the same as a refinance. The recast basically says, look, you have money, and you want to basically put a lump sum payment towards your principal only. Right. So you basically say, hey, mortgage broker or mortgage servicer is the right word. here's a bunch of money, and by the way, I want you to basically recalculate my monthly payments off this new principal value. So your loan terms don't change. Like, you're still locked into your 30-year, 15-year, or whatever. Your interest rate doesn't change. There is a small processing fee, and it's different per bank or per lender or whatever. So I had to go through this process. I had to fill out a bunch of forms. I had to get a notary involved, which, by the way, I found a notary that will come to you. That's game changer. And if you're in the Central Ohio region and you need a notary, this guy was amazing. He was like, he's like, that's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10. And it was like, that's not an exaggeration, right? Like,
I'm going to break all sorts of laws to be there and put my seal on your paper.
Yeah. And I was like, well, you could come tomorrow. And he's like, no, I can make this work. And I was like, okay. And like, he showed up, and like, we interrupted dinner and we did a bunch of things, and he was a really nice guy. Apparently he's been doing this a long time, but yeah, he came over and notarized all the things. And then I had to like send it in and wait for it to get like documented and signed. And I was really hoping that it would sort of get resolved before my mortgage payment this month, which it did, thankfully. So like my new payment value is reflected in the payment that I have to make this month, which is awesome. And with that, I can officially sort of like close the book on everything. And it's just really good. It's really good. Now I can just worry about all the problems that this house has, and I don't have to worry about everything else. So
that must feel good, man. Have that all done.
Yeah, it was, man. It was like a high stakes game. And I mean, I was never super worried, but it was like a lot of anxiety. And now it's done, and I don't have to pay. I mean, I put it this way. My mortgage payment changed by a factor of $700.
That's significant.
It's pretty significant, right? And that's why I want a treat, because now I want to spend that $700 on Apple treats. But no, I mean,
that math works out to me. You definitely
it does to me too.
Yeah.
But no, like you mentioned the whole sort of hard to get stuff right now. There's somebody really close to me who might be a podcast listener, and she should turn this part off. She wants a new Apple Watch, because hers is butts right now. And I need to get this ordered soon, or else it won't be here for Christmas. And because they're quoting like December dates for watches right now.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's out there, man. Supply chain going to supply chain.
Yeah, I mean, Apple held off, and it didn't impact them too much, but man, it's hurting now, that's for sure.
Yeah. I gotta get that ordered. We told ourselves we're not going to spend a lot of money on each other, because gestures and everything around me. But no, I don't. I mean, it's not, the watch isn't in the grand scheme of things that much. I told her not to buy me anything, but she's not going to listen to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels good to be sort of done with all that. And, I'm really thankful that I was able to make it work. And like I said in the Twitter rant that I did, like it just reeks of so much privilege. And I know not everybody can do what we did, but man, I work hard, and I'm glad it was able to be worked out. And we're really happy with where we live. And like tonight was trick or treat here. And like at our old house, we never really got a lot of trick-or-treaters, because in our neighborhood, we lived on the street that didn't have a sidewalk. Like there were basically two main roads through our plan, and like our street didn't have one, and we were like kind of back on a court that no one came on. But here, there's a lot of families with kids, and we actually have a front porch, so like we set out a chair out there, and like Rocky was out there, and
nice.
Even though it rained pretty hard during trick or treat, like we actually got a lot of people. Like all the candy's gone, which makes me sad but also happy,
right?
Because there's no candy for me to eat. Which, by the way, Paul, man, I really whiffed. I just took another quick story here. I really whiffed because we were, like I said, we were in Target last weekend getting ready for stuff, and there it was, Paul. Big display, big box, big yellow bag. You know what I'm talking about? Big yellow bag full of individual boxes of
Milk Duds?
No.
What?
Dots.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of what candy comes in yellow. Sorry,
yeah.
Brain fart. Dots.
Yeah,
yes.
Dots. We love dots, and everybody hates us for it. But I wanted to get dots, and I was vetoed. I was like, my wife's like, "That's child abuse," and I'm like, "You are a crazy person. Dots are amazing."
Dots are amazing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I got overruled on that one. I would have given dots to everybody or eaten the entire bag myself. I have no shame in that game.
Yeah.
When is trick or treat for you guys?
On Sunday.
Okay.
I mean, actual Halloween.
Yeah, actual Halloween.
Yeah.
What are you giving out?
I have no idea. My wife bought all the candy. I have no idea.
Better. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, I just wanted to share all that. Now, I've got a huge smile on my face for this next one because much like your coffee bullshit, you're gonna backpedal a little bit on me here, aren't you?
A little bit. Yeah. Well, okay. So I don't know what episode. What was it? Gonna even find it in there? Who knows? I don't know. It felt like it was only like 2 months ago, but it probably was like 6 months to a year.
Who even
ago.
knows? Anymore?
Who knows? Time is meaningless. Obviously, I've got kids and family, and stuff like I like watching TV, and I use a little, one of the streaming devices to plug in and get all the channels and stuff. And okay, sorry. Before I had an Apple TV 4K. It was fine, but it was acting a little goofy, and I wanted to get something new, so I tried a Roku HD Ultra. I don't know what the name of it is. It's the box one that has the Ethernet port. That's the important one. And it was fine. It was fine. Worked absolutely great. No complaints, except for if I did have one complaint about the whole Roku experience is like, I don't want to see the ads on the main screen. I don't want to see it. And I just know in the back of my head that like everything I'm doing is just data being sold to advertisers and other crap. And
oh yeah.
So, and my wife is generally just like
my wife.
She's not liked it as much as the Apple TV. And then it started doing stuff where like you'd be watching a video and the video stream would freeze and the audio would keep going, and it was happening regardless of the application I was using. So I definitely knew it was like a Roku issue. And my wife did that thing. It's like, I don't know why you replaced the other one. I'm like, fine. So, but I couldn't just go into the basement and get the old Apple TV 4K I had.
Of course not.
When I knew there was a new, better one.
Got to.
That has a faster processor, new features, and it's got the remote that doesn't suck.
Yep. It's true.
So I not only did I buy you're going to love this, Drew. You're going to love this, Drew. So I went on this journey.
Okay.
So I rip out the Roku. I put the Apple TV in there. It was also sitting right beside like an old Blu-ray player. I'm like, I literally cannot remember the last time I turned on this Blu-ray player. So I was back behind my TV. I just unplugged it and ripped it out. And, and I go and I fire up my Harmony app and I change things around saying, hey, I replaced the Roku with an Apple TV and fixed everything and synced it and it was working. But I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this new fancy Siri remote made out of aluminum with the touch screen and all that wonderful stuff. And like, what? I would like to have the option that if I didn't want to use the Harmony remote, like I want to give this new remote a try.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, it's like, so to really do all that, right? I kind of have to buy into the whole HDMI CEC lifestyle, right? Where I let the Apple TV turn on the TV and whatnot. I'm gonna tell you this little story. So I have a sound bar because just for reasons I have a sound bar.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, well, to really get this to work, because like I could get the Apple TV to control the sound bar, but I couldn't get it to turn on and off. I'm like, well, what I really need is I need to embrace HDMI ARC and get a sound bar that has HDMI ARC. Because right now, like the sound bar I had I connected with an optical cable. So I started looking around. I would go to Google and I'm looking like HDMI ARC sound bars, and I go to a couple pages and I scroll down. I'm like, okay, there's a Sonos one. All right, well, that's a little expensive, but maybe. And then I get to this sound bar, and And I'm like, it's some Yamaha soundbar. And I'm like, that looks a lot like my soundbar.
Uh-oh.
And I look at the webpage and I look up at my soundbar. Like, is that my soundbar? And I get up and it is my soundbar. And I look slightly to the left of where the optical cable went in, and there's a pair of HDMI ports.
Got it in one.
I'm like, did that, got that. So I just got an HDMI port free because I removed my my Blu-ray player. So I got the HDMI cable back out and I plugged it in and I switched everything up, and yeah, it works pretty well. The Apple TV, the new Siri remote that doesn't suck, is a pretty decent remote. I now have the option that I can, I can use the Harmony remote or I can use the Apple TV remote, and both work equally. And I will say that this Apple TV 4K, the new edition, like it's unbelievably fast. Like, I can't believe how fast applications launch and stuff like that. It's got a A12 in it, but
wow.
It's the Roku Ultra was no slouch. It worked, but it was just, you don't realize, how long you were waiting on things until you don't have to wait on things anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so far so good. Yeah. One time, the whole, if you don't know what HDMI CEC, it stands for something stupid. It's basically allowing devices to control other devices through HDMI. One time I turned everything on and it just picked what seemed to be a random HDMI port, not the HDMI port that it was plugged into or previously on. It's just like, you want to be on 2? How about 4? But I pushed the power button and turned everything back off, and I pushed it again, and then it picked 2, and I haven't had that happen since. But we'll see, because I know some people have some, CEC is not the most reliable protocol apparently. But
so you're back on Apple TV.
Mm-hmm, back on Apple TV, and all in.
I'm so proud of you
using the remote and everything. Yep, all in.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I did not. Okay, so, and also, when did this happen? So I'm going back in, and I don't know if this is a new feature or just like a design practice certain applications are doing now, or whether it's built into the operating system. But it was the most, Disney Plus is a great example. So I'm gonna have to go back in and sign into all these accounts again to get all the streaming devices set up, because sure. I don't want to be doing that when my wife sits down I want to watch something on HBO Max. Why isn't it signed in? This is stupid. There's the remote. I want everything to be signed in. So I opened up Disney Plus, and a few other apps did this too. And it's like, hey, to sign in, just launch the app on your phone. I'm like, huh? How does that work?
Oh, yes.
So I fire up Disney Plus, and it's like, hey, I noticed you have Disney Plus on an Apple TV. Want to use your sign-in? And I said, yes. And then it was done. And everything should work like that. Yes.
And you were happy.
Yeah. Yep. Even the setup experience was great, because it's just like, hey, you know how typing in Wi-Fi passwords suck? How about you just hold your phone close to the Apple TV? And then say yes on your phone, and then we'll just take care of all that shit for you.
Yeah, we'll handle the rest, right?
Not that it's on I'm not an animal. My Apple TV is connected via a cable. It doesn't use Ethernet, but you get the example.
Yeah, man, that's great. Well, I'm happy that you're back. You're back on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pulling the smug face here because I figured you'd be back.
I'm back. No, I still have a Roku upstairs because it's built into my TV, but yeah, it's good. I like it. It's good.
All right. So to sort of take the last bit of show here, we didn't talk about this last time.
No.
But it is. I think it's time. I'm assuming you have seen the new Dune movie.
I have.
Okay, where did you watch it?
I watched it at home on HBO Max.
And
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it. Okay, well, let's talk about it. So I haven't seen it yet. I have talked to people who have thought it was awesome, and I have talked to people who thought it was not awesome. So I have heard a lot of opinions, but I'm more interested in yours.
Uh, it may. Okay, so it was, maybe I didn't like it is too strong of a. It was fine. It wasn't great. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was fine. It was fine.
Okay. All right.
I also had the joy of watching it with people who have never read the book, don't have any idea about what the book is about.
Okay, so let me stop you right there. Did you have to explain everything while the movie was happening?
There was a point when like we basically like paused because someone had to go to the bathroom, and then there was that whole like, I don't understand what the hell is going on at all from them. And I was like, okay, well, you see all the stuff that they didn't tell you that I know because of the book. Here you go. They didn't. I think. Again, I'm not a director. I'm not a screenplay writer. I'm not a creative person, Drew.
All right.
I feel that book as written is hard to make into a movie, and to make a good movie of Dune, you're going to have to deviate from some things or simplify some things. And they didn't bother explaining a lot either. So it had the problem. Like, I really felt like if you know the book, you're going to enjoy this movie. If you didn't read the book, you're going to be like, who are these and what are they doing? Also, a big problem I had is the actress who plays Lady Jessica. She talked in a manner with an accent, and I probably did not understand 90% of the words that came out of her mouth.
Yikes.
She would talk like in this fast whisper kind of thing. And I mean, I knew the scene, so I knew what she was trying to say, right? Like I because again, I've read the book. I just could not understand her at all. My daughter was upset because in all of the trailers, she likes what's Zendaya. I don't know how to say her name. She doesn't show up until well after halfway through the movie, because of course that's who she plays, and she doesn't show up until that part of the book.
Right.
I knew this. I read the book. I mean, the special effects are great. Like, they really nailed that. I just think if they're not going to sit and explain everything, they needed to simplify and deviate from the book more. And I don't think they did that.
Well, okay, so it sounds like you watched this movie with your family.
Mm-hmm.
And you were the only one that had read the book. So I guess,
that's true.
I think in that case then, I think, and let me ask you this. Did anybody want to read the book after watching the movie?
No.
Okay. Then
no,
it
no,
okay.
No.
So nobody's interested in really finding out, because of course, right, it was Dune Part 1 and they just announced Dune Part 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
and Dune is a fantastic book. But really, Zach wasn't like, I kind of want to read and see what happens next.
No.
Oh man,
not at all. And I'm also kind of, I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything.
No, you're okay. Dune has been a book forever. Nobody's listening to this that's going to give a shit. Just go.
Okay, so where they chose to stop the movie, I don't think made sense.
Okay. Well, where did they stop it?
Okay, so if you've read the book, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, some spoilers for the book, right? The Atreides families, they go to Arrakis and they take over, and there's a betrayal, and everybody gets murdered, and Paul and Jessica, his mom, go into the desert, and they meet the Fremen, and there's that very first scene uh, with the Fremen where he has to fight the one guy. He does that fight, and then it's over.
Oh, okay.
Now, there's a point in the book where I think it makes logical sense, is where he spent more time with the Fremen, a little bit of time with the Fremen, sort of learning their ways, and then there's a part, like a change in parts where like a period of time has happened. I figured they were going to go to there, and like the next movie would be, okay, he's established himself, and no, it was just like, no. I mean, it's really felt like he was writing pages. He's like, how long is this movie? 3 hours? Shit, gotta cut that part out. 2.5. There we go. Done. It does not end on a like you look at like the classic multi-part movie like Star Wars, right? Like each movie felt like, okay, there was a problem, they resolved the problem. It's the end of story. Yes, there's a big overarching story that's going to keep continuing, and we love these characters. We're going to be back and do something else. Like, you didn't have that feeling. It was really like, yep, we're done now. Black credits. Like, there was no there was no resolution. You didn't feel like the characters were in a safer place or had really resolved the conflict. It was just like, I mean, I guess it's like part one. Like, if you take it by literal means, like, this story isn't going to be finished until you watch part two. But it's a hard stop. Like, and I'm like watching, like, it's 2.5 hours. Are they really going to stop now? And they did. And they did.
Huh.
But it looked beautiful. The sound was great. But
okay. Well, no, it's okay. It's okay.
Maybe I need to go see it by myself in a bigger theater, but
Yeah, I'm wondering if some of those audio issues were just a function of watching it at home versus watching it in a theater where like there's like multi-story speakers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to like say that your home setup is a slouch. It sounds like it's really nice, but
yeah. I mean, I have a sound bar, right? It's not the best thing in the world, but I mean, yeah, I just could not understand Rebecca Ferguson. That's the actress. I could not understand her hardly at all. Like, it was, I don't know, like her voice and my brain just do not mix.
Yeah, apparently. I get it.
Yep.
I had that problem with a few actors on Ted Lasso, where like some of the accents get really thick, and like you really have to kind of slow your brain down and digest what they're saying.
Yep. Now, did you finish watching that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have opinions.
I want to hear it.
Well,
spoilers for Ted Lasso.
Spoiler. Okay, so, man, yeah. So I forget how many episodes are in season 2. It's like 12.
12, yeah. Or, hold on. Episodes. How many episodes are there? 12. Yeah, 12. But if you've noticed that 2 episodes were kind of weird, it's because they made 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And then Apple's like, hey, can you make 2 more? And they're like, well, the story's already done.
Yeah.
So like the Christmas one and the one where Beard does weird things were just kind of added on as extras.
Which, hey, guys. Those episodes weren't that bad.
No.
They weren't that bad.
No.
The
Christmas episode is timeless. It's separated from everything. It's good.
Yeah.
And dude, like the Beard After Hours, like I like Coach Beard. I like spending an evening with him.
Yeah, just kind of seeing what happens to him. Yeah. No, I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for sure he was going to die.
Me too.
but yeah, at multiple points during that. Okay, so I didn't really know what was going to happen. The series definitely takes a, how do I put this? Season 1 had some pretty tough themes. But I knew that I was in for something special with season 2 when they introduced Dr. Sharon.
Yeah.
Right? Because they were starting to hit on some mental health stuff, and obviously Ted had some struggles in season 1 for reasons. And they got blown up pretty heavy in season 2. And there were a lot of other little subplots that were happening that I did not see coming, involving some pretty major characters. And
the villain,
well,
the new, yeah,
actually, so I'm gonna be honest, right? I sort of saw that coming because just watching Nate's character develop over that season, it was clear that something was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I didn't, but it still smacked me in the face at the end of season 11 when Ted gets the text.
Oh, yeah.
I knew something was going to happen. Didn't know exactly what was going to happen. And then what you see sort of in the after the like at the end of episode 12, a lot of things happen very quickly. Okay. Yep. Where they basically advance time in blocks and then things happen. One of them is pretty interesting. One of them is really sad. And the other one is, what the fuck? And and the one with Nate is the what the fuck. But
I mean, like, and like, I've watched some of the episodes multiple times now because I can't get enough. Like,
yeah, same.
You can see the stuff where like Rupert, the bad guy, whispers in his ear, and then you learn that Rupert bought the football club.
Yeah.
Like, and you could see, and like, you know, you could see the wheels turning, and like, and them like setting up the like now that Nate's found success, he wants more success.
Totally.
And like he's just that kind of guy where like, I mean, it's unexpected, right? Because like the show is so much, at least to me, it's about like, it's anti that toxic masculine behavior, you know, like it's about men talking about their feelings and you know, expressing care for each other and generally being nice and not being this macho bullshit. And to see the macho bullshit come from Nate, who in the first season is this really timid, shy character that you root for. Yeah. And to see him be I mean, I know a lot of people that are upset about it. It's like, Nate would never do that. I'm like, well, you're not the writers of the show, so shut your face.
Yeah.
He's a fictional character. But I thought it was really good.
Thought it was great. Thought it was great.
Yeah, it was an unexpected source of that. And like they've always said, like Jason Sudeikis said that like Ted Lasso in his head was 3 seasons and it had a story arc. And like now we get to see the final part of the arc until they back up the money truck and do 2 mediocre seasons after the 3rd because they want money, which I don't blame them. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Like I look at shows like The Office and Parks and Rec and 30 Rock, right? Where they could have stopped at season 3 and they didn't. And it was so great for like 6 seasons, but those shows go into decline. Yeah. And I'm sure that'll happen with Ted Lasso. But if we only get 3 seasons of Ted Lasso, I'll still be okay with it because I need to see these storylines resolved. I need to know what happens to all these characters because there are other sort of cliffhangers that happen, right? I won't spoil any more. There's other cliffhangers happening. There are some relationships that spring up and also rekindle, let's say.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But man, season 2, there are 2 favorite episodes that I have in season 2. The Christmas episode is actually really good, if not just for the Phoebe storyline.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know, Keely Jones with Sexy Christmas, like all of that was really good. Mm-hmm. And by the way, they are correct. December 28th is the best day for anyway. So the other one, right, is when Roy leaves the show and it basically turns into the scene from Love Actually.
Yeah.
And it's him running to the match. Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Yeah, with his hurt knee.
Yeah, that whole series of scenes when he's trying to get to the match, I was losing it the entire time because it's so subtle. It's such a subtle nod to Love Actually. Just like with, and that's like the second Love Actually that season because Phoebe does the cards outside but anyway, a lot of good stuff. And then to sort of put a bow on all of this, right? I was browsing TikTok instead of sleeping one night because that's what I do now. And there was a TikTok where somebody has their camera at like a football or not football, like a soccer practice because I say soccer. And it's like, oh, look, these people are cosplaying as Ted Lasso. And then she tilts her phone around to the side and it's a picture of a garbage can and it's like, hey, it's Nate. It's like I wish I would have saved it. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Did they say when season 3 is going to be on?
I have not heard. Let's see what Google says.
I'm genuinely curious now. I can't wait.
I mean, when I type Ted Lasso season 3, and when the first link is from Harper's Bazaar, I don't think people know much. I just want to know when it'll begin production in January 2022, so it'll be a while.
Yeah, man.
It says most likely arrive next summer, so we'll see.
I can't wait. They're gonna crush it. I know it's gonna be great, and I really can't wait for it. Hey, real quick, backing up for just 1 second. How many of the Dune books have you read?
Hold on. Let's. I have read I definitely have read the first 5. I may have also read chapter half of Dune. I'd have to read a summary of that to know for sure.
Well, I think there's 3 core books, right? There's Dune, Messiah, and then Children of Dune.
Children of Dune.
I have absolutely read Dune. I have absolutely read Children of Dune. I couldn't tell you anything that fucking happens in Dune Messiah. For some reason, I have memory hold that entire book.
So I started rereading that book recently, and I get to like chapter 3, and I'm like, oh, it's this book.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Huh. Like you know how you felt when like you're so excited and like they're making new Star Wars movies and the first one comes out and it's like a political drama with like the Senate and all that wonderful crap. Like, yeah, like it's all like court intrigue and espionage and it just doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was actually looking at getting. Because that's the other thing too. I have no idea what happened to my copies of Dune. They must have. I mean, they didn't get lost in the move because I don't remember packing them. But at one point I had at least those 3 books, but I don't know where they are. And it looks like there is it looks like Amazon has some collections you can get. But anyway, I was just curious. I didn't know how many of them you read.
Yeah, Dune Messiah is not good. Not good. In fact, I don't think any of them hold up to the first book, but
I would agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah. And even then, like, let's be honest, like, Dune is hard to get into, like, until, like, the first 200 pages.
Yep.
Like, it starts as a slog. Yeah. Oh.
All right. Well,
anywho.
Yeah, we went places with this one. Let's wrap this up.
Let's do it. Hey, we're on the internet, doingbest.com. You can find us on Twitter at doingbestpod. And I'm on Twitter at Paul Baylor. And where can we find you, Drew?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Pittfurg, Pittfurg.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.